Good evening. There's a desperate battle being waged north of Perth as the ocean ravages the coast, eating away at the town of Lancelin.
Locals say this month alone, almost 20 metres has been lost. They've now turned to sandbagging and crowdfunding to buy time.
An erosion emergency closing in on the heart of a coastal town. The Lancelin Sands Hotel hanging on by a thread.
I'm very nervous, very concerned.
Extreme weather battering an already fragile dune. The shoreline now less than 5 metres from the venue, a stark contrast from last year.
We've lost over 35 to 50 metres in the last 12 months.
The alarming scenes unfolding right before Glenn Trebilcock's eyes.
One grain at a time. Except it's not one grain at a time, it's thousands at a time.
Desperate locals doing everything they can to hold back the sea. Today, a frantic effort, but they fear it could be futile against the force of nature.
We're just trying to put anything there to stop that small dune that's left breaching.
The community, frustrated by a lack of government action, are taking matters into their own hands, launching a fundraising page, $150,000 to help build an emergency seawall.
If we got all the approvals, we could have it done within a 2-week period.
This sandbagging here will continue over the next few weeks. It really is a race against time. They'll be dumping 200 tonnes here on the beach. Locals are still chasing state government funding for a larger town-wide seawall. Glenn claims the government has never visited him.
This is a situation where it's an emergency. If it was a bushfire threatening the town, you'd send out the fire brigade. But what we're seeing is a government which is refusing to do that and refusing to come to the aid of the community.
The government is well aware of the risks associated up at Lancelin and will continue to work to find a solution.
Why, this gorgeous little part of paradise keeps getting missed and left behind is something I can't quite fathom.
A coastal crisis far from washing away. Brianna in Ferreira, 7 News.
The Thai murder case against a Perth man has taken a chilling twist, with police now examining if there's a connection to a pair of eerily similar murders.
2 other victims were also stuffed into suitcases and dumped in the same region south of Bangkok.
Simon Carmen awaits his first court appearance for murder. In the background, Thai police have confirmed to 7 News they're working out if 2 other murders are linked. The bodies were also found stuffed in suitcases around the Pattaya region. One in February last year, the other September. The bags dumped in water and filled with weights. Both cases remain unsolved, the victims unidentified. There's no suggestion Australian Simon Carmen is involved, but police will compare DNA evidence between those cases and his.
It may or may not be linked, but quite suspicious. It's in a similar area. The fact that suitcases were used.
Thai police say 17-year-old Tunchanok Donhomla sent a message to her friend telling him she was with Simon and had arrived at his apartment. Hours later, the 46-year-old accused man wheeled a suitcase out the door. Police allege the teenage victim was inside after being strangled. He didn't know what to do, says the local police chief. So at that point he panicked, stuffed her body into the bag and kept it in the bathroom for about a day before taking it out to be disposed of. The Department of Foreign Affairs can only offer the accused Australian limited assistance.
It's a horrific case and I think we've all been horrified.
This is brutal, says a tourist from Bangkok. The girl didn't do anything wrong. She was just here for a good time. Blake Johnson, 7 News.
Simon Carmen is one of dozens of Australians to be arrested in Thailand every year. As Hugh Whitfield explains, Australian officials are kept busy.
Excluding natural disasters and terror attacks, Thailand is the top place in the world for Australians requiring help from our government. More than 1,000 consular cases a year. We seem to get into more trouble in Thailand than even Bali, Indonesia. DFAT says the key drivers of that number include older Australians retiring to Thailand or marrying a local later in life. The latest data we have says 80 Australians are arrested a year in Thailand. If convicted of murder, Simon Carmen could face the death penalty, but it is used sparingly in Thailand, just once in the last 17 years.
A holiday adventure in the Outback turned into a survival ordeal for two tourists who became bogged in remote floodwaters.
After being trapped for more than 12 hours, they were rescued thanks to a chance encounter with Perth billionaire Tim Roberts.
A speck on a vast waterlogged landscape. From high above, two stranded tourists from Melbourne can barely be seen. The father and son's Toyota had become hopelessly bogged in mud, leaving them marooned in the remote far north for more than 12 hours.
Were you glad to see the helicopter?
Yeah, I thought you were the army or something.
I drove out towards Lake Eyre on the road and there was a huge storm. Everything started to get flooded and I got bogged and I was left there.
With no way out and minimal phone signal, they texted emergency services who contacted the William Creek Hotel.
So fortunately, a very kind gentleman in a helicopter was flying past and came and picked us up.
That kind gentleman was billionaire businessman Tim Roberts, who had stopped at the pub for the night. He took to the sky in his helicopter with local legend Trevor Wright to rescue the father and son.
You'll be in before dark and you'll have a warm coffee or something waiting for you.
I've travelled these parts after floods for 20 years. I've never seen anything like this. Check all the road reports, check the radar, check everything. But even then, if it starts raining, reconsider.
Their outback adventure may have ground to a halt, but a sunset rescue lifted their spirits.
How are you feeling now?
Oh, that's better, thanks.
Jonathan Edwards, 7 News.
Perth's rental crisis is trapping people in jobless poverty because they fear losing their spot on the social housing waitlist if they earn too much. As Francesca Danuccio reports, it leaves them caught between a financial rock and a hard place.
For more than 2 decades, Trish Owen has relied on social housing.
I cannot risk becoming homeless again.
But the single mother is caught in a catch-22. Work more and risk losing her home, or earn less and stay locked out of Perth's soaring rental market.
It's shocking that people limit what they can contribute to the world, how they work in the world, because of their need for housing. It's a human right.
WA has the lowest income eligibility limits in the country at just over $500 a week. That's about half the minimum wage. A new report commissioned by Shelter WA surveyed 180 WA renters. Almost half turned down work or extra hours. 78% are concerned that getting a job would affect their ability to keep their housing or place on the wait list, while almost a quarter of people avoided job searching.
Average rent in Perth, you're looking at around $750 a week. People are not going to risk losing their place on the wait list or losing social housing that they're already in to get a job.
Getting the keys to social housing in WA doesn't happen overnight. Wait times can now stretch to more than 3 years. It's being fuelled by the lack of supply and soaring costs of the private rental market.